interesting that we talk about what the citizens should do when faced with a government that not only doesn't help them, but actually goes against them sometimes. Okay. And this is very interesting because have you ever read a literary essay before?
No.
No? Okay.
Really
And you
like
write
academic.
essays, right? For class, you've written essays, but they've been very different from this kind of essay. And the first thing we're going to look at is the difference between a literary essay and an academic essay. Because you're writing academic essays and you're not giving your opinion really, you're just stating facts, right? You're not saying you should rebel against your government, and even though you're thinking it, you don't say it. And that's what a literary essay is doing. Okay. So, oops, wait, there's somebody else waiting to come in. Let's see. It's someone that we don't know. Maria Fernanda. Maybe you do. Maybe you do, but I don't. All right. Anything else interesting that you read? I tried to do some reading during this period of time because I said I've got to start doing more. In Literature 1, we watched Fried Green Tomatoes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I read the book just now over. It's been a long time coming. I've read the book. It is fantastic. Fantastic. I highly recommend it if any of you have the chance to read it. The relationship between Iggy and Ruth is much more complete. In the movie, we left Buddy Jr., the little boy who lost his arm. We left him when he was a child. In the book, we continue seeing him until he's a grandparent. And he's got grandchildren at the end of the book. You learn a little more about what happened to Ruth's husband. Unfortunately, at the end of the book, the old woman in the home died. She didn't go live with, what was her name? Evelyn, yeah. She didn't go live with her. She ended up dying. But it was very interesting. My God, Maria Fernanda.
Sorry.
Not what I expected there.
Sorry.
I'm not judging.
Sorry. I thought.
Are you Marco?
No, this is this
Okay.
is me.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to log in with my iPhone, but I don't have a good internet, so that's the
Okay.
reason why.
Okay.
And
No problem.
apparently my sister was connected too, so I don't know
You're in
how
your
to
sister's account.
change it.
Okay. That's
So
the least of our
sorry.
problems. I don't think I'll make the mistake of calling you Fernanda or anything like that.
All right.
Good.
Then we
Oh,
go.
okay. So you're the Maria Fernanda that was logged in. That's fine. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're
Thank you, teacher.
here. Okay. So I thought that was good. That was a good option. The book was much better than the movie. I like the movie, but the book was much better than the movie. I reread some a Spanish author, Garcia Lorca, Bodas de Sangre, and what's the other one? La Casa de Bernardo Alba. I reread those. Strange, but interesting. Interesting. All right. And I'm reading one now called The Underground. The Underground? I don't think it's called The Underground Railroad. Maybe it is. The Underground, it's called. And it's precisely about that, about slaves that are escaping from Georgia and trying to reach the Free States, which we're going to see a very similar topic in Uncle Tom's Cabin when we get to that. Okay. By the way, we're not going to finish all of Uncle Tom's Cabin during the course. So you may have seen that it's quite long, and I think we get up to about chapter 13 or 15. And that's where we end it, so that if you want to continue reading it and finish it, that's your option. Okay. Now, I was hoping more people that were not in Literature 1 would be here today, because I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Marco, Karen, you weren't in Literature 1 with me, And that's okay. That's no problem. Who did you have? Did you have literature one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did you
Yes.
have it
Yes.
with?
Um, what was the name of this teacher?
I was with Dr. Whedon.
Okay.
Literature one.
Okay. Marco, you remember?
Not really.
Man or a woman?
Woman. She retired
Mm.
1 year ago.
Carmen Martinez?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She was one.
Okay. This is very interesting because Carmen Martinez, I'm thinking you're going to be kind of where we're going to start. Karen, what did you think about your literature class? How much do you feel you learned there? I see your smile.
I mean, it was a good teacher, but I feel like he didn't explain a lot of things.
Okay.
He just wanted us to focus in the lecture and to enjoy it and the message that the reading gave us, but not the parts of a reading or things like that.
Okay. That's what I think. It's interesting. Everyone goes, Michael Whitten, the good teacher. And I'm thinking, good teacher would have, made you feel like you learned something more
true.
there. Yeah. But he's a nice person. He's a nice person. Okay. But yeah, in your case then, now Marco, I'm not sure exactly what you learned with Carmen or what you saw. So we may make some references also that you don't understand. But I'm hoping that with Carmen, you did get more of like the elements of a story and poetry and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Karen, you
Yeah.
may not have the same elements, the same knowledge that we do, but we're going to make you a cheat sheet so that you can look up the terms that we've been working with and be at the same level where the students are so that you don't fall behind. Now, the good thing is, for right now, essays are completely new for everyone. So you're not starting out behind everyone else. You're starting out just at the same place. When we get to stories now, the novels, you're going to see we're talking about foreshadowing and protagonist, antagonist, black characters, round characters, dynamic characters, setting, time and place. We're going to be talking about those kind of things. And if there's anything there that you don't know yet, we'll get into that. Then in poetry is where you might feel that I don't know what they're talking about. We're going to start by reviewing things because some of the students that were in Literature 1 are probably also going, I do remember it, but I don't remember it. So they're probably going to need a quick review to begin with. And one of the things that I thought we would start with is the limericks. What is it? Limericks, epitaphs, and haikus. All right. So for example, haikus are really simple. We don't go into alliteration and assonance and consonants and all those things. We go into syllables, right? Counting syllables. Do you know how to count syllables? In English or in Spanish?
Yes.
Yes.
You're going, yeah, you're going, yes. Okay. Just because I asked you, you're doubting yourself now. All right, so that's good. If you do, great. It's going to be much easier, but we find that some students do have trouble with it. With limericks, we're going to be looking at structure and rhyme very strictly because they have a very certain structure, a very certain rhythm, a very certain rhyme scheme. And that's when we're going to start getting into the terminology that we have. Right? Epitaphs are a little more open, a little more free. You're going to write your epitaph so that someday it can be carved into your gravestone. I'm knocking on wood because it's not going to be soon. It's going to be much later. But an epitaph is a poem that's written on a gravestone. Normally, I send students out to graveyards to rub stones, to take big pieces of paper, crayons, and you go to the cemetery, you put the paper on, and you rub the paper with the crayons or the chalk, and you bring back replica of what the tombstone says. However, I don't think the cemeteries are going to be open before November, because from what I've heard, the cemeteries are not going to open until later, because if not, people are going to be in there for Day of the Dead and this whole thing. Okay. So that's a nice way to get in and to review and look at what we're going to see in poetry. We're going to see very specific types of poem. Last semester, or Literature 1, we saw sonnets. I think that was the only specific type of poem that we saw. So now we're going to be looking at ballads and epic poems. And I don't remember offhand what the other ones are, but very specific types with very specific elements to them. Okay. So Karen, Marco, we're going to be reviewing all this, and you should be able to get that all by the time we're done. We'll make you up a sheet with the concepts on it so that you can also go preparing yourselves.
Yeah.
Hello there. How are
Hi.
you doing?
Fine, Miss. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Good to see you again.
No, it's good to see you too. I'm so excited.
Good. All right.
Excuse me. Victor told me that he wants to get out in the class, but his Wi-Fi connection is feeble.
Okay. Feeble. Where did you
Yes.
get that word? That's a fantastic word.
I love watching Golden Girls, the American
Golden
sitcom.
Girls. Yeah.
Yes, of the 80s. And I've learned so much vocabulary with these four old ladies. I love them.
Feeble. His Wi-Fi is feeble. I've never
Yes.
heard a student use the word feeble. Okay. I like it. Very good.
Yes.
When you were talking, you said because Victor's wife, before you said Wi-Fi, you said Victor's wife, and I'm going, Victor's wife? What? Victor's married?
No, Victor's
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
Victor's wife won't let him get on class, right? Okay, so he's having trouble with his Wi-Fi. All right. We'll
Yes,
see if
miss.
he can get in. Good. Let me check the list here quick. Who's missing?
Mhm.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Jimena, Karen, Daniel, Letty, Yerania, and Marco.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Juan Pablo, I know you're here. Where are you? Oh my gosh. Wait. What's your last name, Juan Pablo?
Palafox Cruz.
You're not on my list.
Yeah, I talked with my academic tutor about it, and this also happened with me in English. It happened that there was a mistake in the Autoservicios website page. So she told me that I could going on with my classes, but that I should tell my professors about it.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
at one point you were on the list.
Yes. But they told me that say my professors about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew you were going to be in the class, but you're not here now. Okay.
Yes, it also happened with me. I'm in Lengua Meta 5 with Thomas, so he also told me the same thing. So,
Okay. All right.
yes.
Good.
Mhm.
So, hey, do you know if Anna Laura, she's not going to be returning to class, is she?
No, she told me that she's going to be in an exchange trip in Italy, I think, and she's going to take the subject down.
Well, that's good news. I thought
Yes.
she was just dropping the subjects because she couldn't continue.
No,
So
yes,
that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yes, I asked her, actually.
Good. And she's going to Italy?
I think so. Yeah, she told me about it too.
Is Italy safe?
I don't know, but they say that her request was accepted. So
Wonderful. Well, good. That's a
Yeah.
good reason then. Okay.
yeah.
So we're just okay. No one's waiting to get in right now. So we'll see. There's another Daniel in the class, Jimenez Sanchez. So we'll have to see how we distinguish Daniel and Daniel and Daniel. And then Jose, who was in the other class, should also be here. Anybody hear from him?
Oh my God.
No? Okay.
He's a friend.
All righty. Then what else do you want to tell me? Tell me. Nothing else? Nothing exciting? I love this. We've had to stay home for the past 5 or 6 months, and I'm saying, anything exciting? Anything exciting happened to you?
I read a book. I read, it's not English literature, but
I thought you said you wrote a book, and I'm going,
no,
wow.
no, I wish. But I read 100 Years of Solitude.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was the first time that I read it, and I really like it. Like I'm like a dramatic person, so I like this kind of novels of like love stories and everything.
Okay. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Because a couple of times I said I should start reading. Okay. More
So-
like Garcia Marquez and Octavio Paz. I said I should start reading more of them. So that's a good recommendation.
And I also read oof, the author is Milan Kundera, and his book is like very famous, but I don't know the name. Anyone knows the name from Milan Kundera? Nope.
No,
Okay.
I don't. You'll have to look for it there.
Yeah, that's a good thing that we can do this.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you've been reading. That's wonderful. It's a good way to spend the time.
The name in English is The Unbearable Lightness of Being.
Okay. I hope the book is better than the movie.
I haven't seen the movie, but the book, yeah, it's very nice. I like it.
I went to see the movie. I think I was in college. If I'm not mistaken, the movie came out between 1987 and 1992. And maybe if I started seeing the movie now, I wouldn't have the same opinion. But we went to the movie theater. It's a small town, Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, small town. It had one movie theater, like the old time movie theaters with one room. Okay. And they said the unbearable lightness of being. I'm going, okay, well, it's a movie. Let's go see it. And we got in and learned it was going to be like 3 hours or something. I was like, I left.
Oh my
left. I
God.
didn't even, most of the time I'll be just like, I'll finish watching it. Maybe something will change. But I left. I don't even remember watching the end of it.
I haven't seen the movie, but the book is very good. Like is one of those books that show you like one perspective, and after reading like 2 or 3 chapters, it shows you a different perspective, like of another character. So I like this kind of stories that tells you the story from different sides of the characters.
Right. It's very interesting because sometimes you learn why somebody did something, why they acted the way they did. We saw it from this point of view. Now we're going to see it from what really happened, right?
Yes.
That sounds very interesting. Yeah, because I don't even remember what it was supposed to be about. I have no idea. I just remember I left. I didn't finish watching it.
Oh my God.
And then soon, I forget if it was afterwards or before, we went to see Dances with Wolves. And this was like the first time that, movies were that long. Nowadays, movies are 2.5 hours, 3 hours long, no problem. But in my time, movies were 1.5 hours at the most, 1 hour and 40 minutes. That was it. And like Dances with Wolves was like 3.5 hours. And you're going, oh my God. But that was more enjoyable. I did finish watching that. I did like it. Okay. Now you get these Harry Potter. You need 2 parts because it doesn't all fit in 3.5 hours, right? So I binge watched. What did you binge watch? Anybody binge watch anything? I binge watched the Umbrella Academy, the second part of the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Did you like
Please
it?
don't spoil.
Yeah.
No,
Please
no
don't spoil,
spoilers, no
teacher.
spoilers.
Spoilers, please.
I liked
haven't
it. I
seen
really
it.
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was exactly what I expected from the Umbrella Academy. You know Gerald Way is my cousin?
What?
Oh.
Yeah, we know.
Probably,
Is it?
probably.
Oh,
Because
I was
our
about to scream.
I don't know him. I can't get his autograph.
Oh,
No, it's interesting because I had a friend, not a friend, a girl who also used to dance with us. And on Facebook, her last name was Way. And I'm going, this was before I knew people put other last names on it. And I'm like, is your name, her name was Alejandra. And I'm going, is your name really Way? And she's like, no, I like this guy from My Chemical Romance. I'm going, okay. But our Way ancestors came in through Philadelphia. And so our side started going from Philadelphia to York to Lancaster to where we are now. But it's easy enough that a line of the Way family would go down. He's from New Jersey. And Philadelphia and New Jersey are across the river from each other. So I haven't found him on the tree yet, but I'm still looking. I can write
Oh
to
my
him and
God.
say, hey, I'm your cousin Marsha. Let me get some autographs. And some merch
Yeah,
from you."
please.
But if you look at him, his picture, and I'm going to show you pictures of my family, and you can see, not that you're like, he looks exactly like us, but the round face, the structure and everything, you're going, yeah, he looks like he could be from Marsha's family.
That would be so cool.
That would be so cool. I would love
Wow.
that. But yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
it very much. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that Gerard does
Yes.
is great.
Right?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No? Juan, you didn't like that?
No,
No?
too
Why not?
cliche. I don't know. The references are like, oh gosh, what word am I looking for? Mm, mm, Nothing.
Predictable.
Yes, probably predictable. Yeah,
Predictable?
yeah.
I would say that it's not that, bro. I
No.
disagree.
Well, maybe not
Kind.
predictable, but it's like there are many things that were already shown on other TV shows, series, etc. I mean, well, that's my point of view, of course.
What was shown on other TV shows? Give me an example.
I don't know. Perhaps, those drama/horror movies like Hannibal, or I don't know. I feel like it's from the same sort of thing. Well, that's my opinion, of course.
Okay, I respect your opinion. That's fine. I didn't find anything that was like, cliche or.
Yeah, well, it's something that
Uh,
in many American series they use those sort of resources
yeah.
when it comes to some series. I mean, sometimes it's quite entertaining, but I don't know.
Right. And you will see a lot of cliches on different programs and series. Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
And these stereotypical characters,
Yeah, yeah. Archetypical
stuck-up cheerleader
monster.
and the stupid jock and those kind of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I we got bored with Netflix and got Amazon Prime now.
Oh,
So
I have Amazon.
We did keep Netflix for the Umbrella Academy precisely to get that in, because we're like counting down the days till it came out. And then we binge watched it. But the thing is, I get up at 5:00 in the morning to start working. So like I get up at 5:00 in the morning, I'm like, the Umbrella Academy's on. I'm gonna start watching it. And my daughters, when they find out, they're like, you're already on episode 3. And I'm like, but I won't tell you. Don't worry. You catch up with me. We'll watch it while we do press. So I started watching it early. But I remember the days when I would get Harry Potter. I would get the book on Saturday. It was the 6th. I figured it was the 6th or 7th one. Liverpool was getting them in. And I'm like, I'm going to go and reserve my copy of Harry Potter. And so we went, we paid for it, everything. But I thought, like, you would go up and say, give me my copy of Harry Potter. And they'd be like, here you go. Here's your copy. Thank you. And we get to Liverpool, you know, we have breakfast and everything. We go, and I'm running up, copy of Harry Potter. And I get there, and there's Harry Potter books everywhere. And I'm going, I came for my copy of Harry Potter. Here's my receipt. And they're like, oh, yeah, pick one. I thought it would be like, you're the only one who has Harry Potter today. It's very, but I would warn my family, you know, when we get home, you do what you want, you eat what you want. I'm reading. And so, oh, it must have been the sixth one because I was crying at the end. I'm laying on the bed, crying, bawling, blowing my nose. What's wrong, Mom? I'm okay. I'm okay. Not really. So I felt like that with the Umbrella Academy, like, it's out, I'm going to start watching it. So I'm binge watching The Office right now. I don't recommend it for you because it's not funny. I watch, you know why I watch it? Because it supposedly takes place in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And so every now and then you get references and scenes that, you know, remind you of things. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I don't think you'd like it. It's like one of those things that my husband goes, and what's that mean? And what's that? And I explain the whole thing. He goes, oh, okay. So what are you binging?
I watched this Korean drama.
Korean dramas.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's called The King Eternal Monarch.
Again?
The King Eternal Monarch.
Okay.
And it's so good. It's about alternate universes and time traveling as well.
Oh, okay.
With obviously it's those of romance.
Can you
drama.
close the door? Thank you.
It's really good. It's only like
Okay.
16 episodes when it started.
And how many episodes or how long does it take you to finish
There's
one?
16 episodes of 17 minutes.
Oh, that's right. They're really short, right? Because the Korean dramas are like really short episodes.
No, I mean they're an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, 70 minutes.
Yeah.
I heard 17 minutes and I'm going, it like starts and it finishes there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very like you have to put the pieces together to understand what's happening.
Okay. I like it when you have to do that to something, you know, like
Yeah.
put it together and go, now I understand everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Daniel, you haven't watched The Umbrella Academy yet?
I have just watched the first season, but the second one I haven't have time to see it, but I want to see it. I remember that when I usually don't see like TV series. I don't like them. For me, it's like difficult to get like I see like one episode or two in one day, but then it's difficult to me to go back and see more episodes.
Right.
But I remember like with this one, I saw like 3 episodes per day, and it's like I think it's 10 episodes the first season. So
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah.
yeah, it was very fast. But I want to see the second season.
You
because
better
I
hurry
love
up.
The first one.
I can
Yeah.
assure you it's much
Hurry
better.
up. Yeah. Hurry up. I don't know how long we cannot spoil that for you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see it the whole series today.
There you go.
No, not really. Not.
You could.
You
could.
can, yeah. That's what I did.
I
I have-
watch the whole thing and then I rewatch it.
Oh
That's
my
the worst
God.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the good thing about the Umbrella Academy is like you don't even feel that you see 1 hour. It's like
Right.
you see it and it's very fast because I love it.
Right.
I like that they do this thing about like making you they in one episode they make like something that makes you wonder what's gonna happen, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh my god, I gotta see the next episode, and in the next episode they do the same thing. So it's like, oh my god, I gotta see more and more and more. So
Right. And do you think there'll be a third season?
There will.
Yeah.
I've
You've seen that there is going
I've
to be?
seen interviews with the cast,
Okay.
and they have mentioned, and obviously they couldn't live in such a sorry.
Okay. No, just one quick
Yeah.
question. Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite
Klaus.
character? Is he?
Klaus and Ben. Yeah.
My daughter is into Ben. She really likes Ben. I like number 5.
Oh, the thing is,
Yeah.
I like
5.
5, but I don't like the actor. Like
Is he the
actor really
child?
likes that, so
Oh, okay.
Is he the child? Number 5?
Yeah,
Yeah,
number 5.
number
Yeah, I like number 5
Yeah.
and Klaus. And
Yeah.
Klaus.
Yes.
Klaus. Yeah.
You'll like Klaus more in the second.
Yeah, they're my
season.
favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls are yours too. Good. Now
Yeah.
we'll talk about
5
something
and
where the other
Klaus.
ones can be involved too, because the other people are like, okay, whatever.
No, no,
Martha.
no. But we're
Bye.
it's cool. I haven't seen the.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Me neither.
Okay.
I haven't seen even the season 1. I haven't.
Oh, okay. I recommend it.
So-
I think it's good. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I've been wanting to see it because I'm the type of guy that likes this time to watch. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start tomorrow, or I don't know.
There you go.
Let's see.
I'll leave it for homework. That way, when somebody says, you're not doing anything, you're just watching TV, you say, no, Marsha left it for homework. That's the
Homework.
first thing we have to do.
Oh,
There you go.
all right, all right. We had to run a Nikkei, a review, season
There you
2.
go. There you go.
That's nice.
Okay. All righty. So, anything else interesting? Tell me what you've been doing. Tell me how you've been keeping your sanity.
There are moments in
Have
which
we
you
really?
can't keep it.
Yeah, are we
No.
really keeping it?
Yeah.
You all look like you are, so that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Mhm.
Jimena, I love that color blue. Is it blue or like a violet behind you, the wall?
It's like violet. Well,
Is that
the
one of the
color
new
when we went to
walls?
buy it,
Yo,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we painted my room too.
Okay. I like it. I really like
Mhm.
that color. It looks nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I would never think about painting a wall, violet, purple, but I like it. It really
Yeah.
pops there nicely. Right? And I'm looking at all of your
Yeah.
homes there. I'm looking at your pictures behind you there, Letty.
For my
Marco,
high
you've got
school.
a note behind you that says, be the change. Oh, be the change. Very motivational. Juan Pablo, are you in a closet?
Something like that. I feel comfortable with fabric and clothing around me. No, it's
You've got
It's
to
my
come out of the
mom's-
closet.
no. That is no. No, it's my mom's boutique, but I really like the
Okay.
this I really love the textures and the clothing,
Uh-huh. All right.
and I think it's a nice background, right?
It's
like
a nice, it's a
really
very interesting backdrop. Yeah. I bet it's very quiet.
Yeah, and very comfortable too.
Okay. All right. And Karen, you've got a wall behind you. Is that like a faded? Like it starts one
Yes.
color and
I tried to fade the colors to create like a sunset, but it didn't
Uh-huh.
work out. So now
but
it's
it's very nice. It looks very nice. Very in style with, like fabrics and things
Thank
right
you.
now that have the different colors. That's very nice. And Daniel and Hirania, I love the colors behind you. Daniel kind of fades into his. He's wearing
Yeah.
gray. He's sitting in front of the gray.
But
He's
I
kind of-
I really wanted to show my poster, but the thing is that it never
This-
what appear.
Wow,
cool.
that's so nice.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's impossible that you can see it.
Nice.
Okay. And Yerania, you have a beautiful salmon peach color behind you there.
Yes. I'm on the floor because my bed tonight was broken. I don't know how. And my bed is on the floor. So me too.
Okay. You know what's funny? After I got married and we moved to this house, it was still being fixed up. And I spent many years sleeping on the floor, basically sleeping on a mattress we took the mattress off the box spring, and some of us would sleep on the mattress, the other one would sleep on the box spring. My kids are sleeping, my husband and my kids were all in the same room on the same mattresses. So sometimes you just got to sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Sometimes
like it.
comfortable.
Yeah, it's good for your back too. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that, Yera? You said
that I like it. My bed on the floor.
there you go. There you go.
Yes.
It's something the Japanese have known for years, right? Sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Teacher,
good.
the past days, I remember the little one because I was watching a series on Netflix because one actor, I think, is the most beautiful, the most handsome boy that I ever seen. So in the series, talk about Aaron Poe
Okay.
and about the history that the murder, the guy murdered a man, and he thought that the eye, I don't remember the name, but we read and live.
So they made a reference in the show that you said, I know what they're talking about.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. The Edgar Allan Poe, when he died, I think I mentioned this to you. I'm not sure. I forget what levels of poisons he had in his hair, what levels of toxic chemicals and things. And so he was a character, to say the least. But what was the name of the story?
I don't remember. Wait.
Who knows? Who knows?
The
What story?
The name of the story?
got it right here.
The tail heart.
Yeah.
The Telltale Heart. Telltale Heart. Uh-huh.
I was like heart something.
Something about the heart. Remember, it was the heart.
Yeah.
It was the heartbeat that gave him away. He didn't like the eye. He killed him because of the eye. But it was the
yeah.
heartbeat that
Yeah.
gave him away. Okay. So it's nice when you watch those kind of things and you get that kind of reference.
Yes.
That's what happens when you read, right? You learn things that later on come out into it. All right. So great. Anything else exciting? Anything else? I have to keep an eye everywhere on this computer thing because I'm very happy because yesterday I bought a license for Zoom so that it wouldn't kick us out after 40 minutes. And up until now, it's been about 50 minutes, which means, yay, it's working. We're not getting kicked out after 40 minutes. Okay. Questions. Did I upload your, like, the syllabus for this course? I don't have Blackboard open here. I don't think I uploaded the syllabus, did I?
No, I think you only uploaded
The material. The material. Yeah. So let me write a note here to upload the syllabus. Okay, literature 2, syllabus. All right, and basically we're going to be working the same way we did with literature 1, trying to get it into like a, in this case, we are going to be talking more about like how you feel, how it made you feel, what you thought about it. And of course, they're identifying what kind of characters they are and where the setting is and how this affects the story and what kind of elements they're going to bring into it. You're starting with the essays. So we're going to focus on the difference between literary essay and academic essay. And the first 2 essays, Thoreau and Emerson, you're going to see a lot of similarities between them because Thoreau and Emerson were friends. They motivated each other in what they wrote. I forget if Thoreau was Emerson's mentor or Emerson was Thoreau's mentor, but there was a relationship there of helping to guide them through their writing and what they did. You'll see that they're both transcendentalists, they're both abolitionists, they're both tax resistors, they both went against, wrongful government, and that's what we see in their essays. Now, things change. Has anyone read Samuel Clemens, the essays by Samuel Clemens yet? No. Okay, that's fine. You'll see a huge change when you read Clemens. Who knows who Clemens is? Anybody know? Samuel Clemens has a different name, a pen name. Anybody know? Mark Twain. Mark Twain, all right? And if we know anything about Mark Twain, we know that he's a humorist, right? Very much into sarcasm and irony and those kind of techniques. So when we look at advice to little girls and the dangers of lying in bed and the English language, we're going to see a completely different term. We're going to see sarcasm. We're going to see statistics used that are correct but are used incorrectly. We're going to be seeing very different techniques from, and of course they're much shorter than Emerson and Thoreau's essays. So you see that we have, I think I left all 5 for you, but only the first 2 are the longer ones. The other 3, we're going to look at them in a class and a half very quickly, okay? So you're going to see a big difference there between them. Then we're going to go into novels with Uncle Tom's Cabin. And when we look at Uncle Tom's Cabin, obviously we have to look at the whole historical background behind it. It talks about slavery and escaping from slavery and abolition. And so we're going to be looking at Abraham Lincoln. We're going to be looking at the Underground Railroad. We're going to be looking at the Quakers and safe houses. And we're going to be looking at all these historical aspects that came into Uncle Tom's Cabin. Because Uncle Tom's Cabin itself was not written as a book. It was written as like a television series, but for the newspaper each week. So each week there would be a segment, what is the chapter, in the newspaper to help raise people's awareness about how terrible slavery was, okay? And forgive me, I'll have to learn to shut my microphone off quickly. The thing is, my husband will be coming home in about 45 minutes to an hour. So at this time, he gets real tense. He's going, I know he should be coming home. And every little sound, he starts barking for him. So my other daughter's in class here in her room next to me. So she's like, I can't go get him. I'm like, close the door there. I'm like, doesn't do this here. Okay. So Uncle Tom's Cabin, it's a great story. I think a lot of what we will be seeing is very true to our times, because you'll also see a lot there. Now, normally the next thing we would look at is Hemingway. All right. because Hemingway, the greatest contemporary American writer in all times. I'm tired of teaching Hemingway. I'm tired of Hemingway. I can't stand him. I don't enjoy reading him. I taught him because I feel everyone should at least know about Hemingway, and but it gets so hard to do that. I mean, you're welcome to read. I would recommend like The Old Man and the Sea, or maybe even For Whom the Bell Tolls. We were using The Sun Also Rises. And one thing you know about Hemingway, you should know about Hemingway, he uses what he calls the iceberg effect, meaning that you have an iceberg, right? Here's the water. You only see this much of the iceberg above the water. All the rest of the iceberg is under the water. You don't see that. And so this is the idea in his writing. You see the characters and what they do and what they say, but all the symbolism, things that represent how they feel, why they act the way they do, is all of this that you can't see. Okay, very much like the symbolism we saw with James Joyce in The Sisters and Derby. Okay, we read one thing, but it was something completely different that he was trying to tell us. But the problem with Hemingway is that everything was sex, and after a while, you're just tired of having to say to your students, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And then you know what I mean. So you have the two characters, the man and the woman, sitting by a lake fishing trout. And when you realize that trout for Hemingway is a phallic symbol, and it represents this romantic tension between them, but the fish got away. They couldn't catch any fish because the man had been injured in the war and could not. I mean, how do you just get tired of explaining those kinds of things. So I said, forget it. You're not getting Hemingway, but you're welcome to read him by yourself if you want. I exchanged him for Shakespeare. And I know you're saying, Marsha, that's not better, right? However, we're not looking at complete works. We're looking at the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet. We're looking at the to be or not to be scene from Hamlet. And we're looking at a scene from Taming of the Shrew. The scene where she starts like being tamed, okay? So we're looking at like 3 significant scenes from different plays of Shakespeare. We're looking at, you know, how he wrote, what kind of characters he wrote, his symbolism. We're looking a lot at language because Daniel is in Historic Evolution of the English Language. You're going to be able to relate a lot of this because we're looking specifically at Shakespeare in that course also. And so the idea that Shakespeare introduced many words and phrases into the English language, he changed the English language, and at the time Shakespeare was writing, we have the Great Vowel Shift. We have one of the Great Vowel Shifts, which means that Shakespeare spoke very differently in accent and pronunciation than we do today. And a lot of things that were in Shakespeare's plays, for example, there are places in his plays where the poetry was supposed to rhyme. In his time, it would have rhymed, but today it doesn't rhyme because our pronunciation of those vowels have changed. And so if they would be pronounced the same, for example, one of the examples they give, Romeo and Juliet, there's a line there that says, from these fair loins, but the word lines, like a genealogical line, the family tree, was also pronounced loins. And loins was also the reproductive organs. So you had that pun, that dual meaning of lines, like family lines, and loins, like but now it's lines and loins, not both the same thing. So we see that because of the different pronunciation in Shakespeare, we have different effects and different techniques that happen. How many of you have seen or heard the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet? Right? I mean, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Refuse thy father, deny thy name. Right? You've heard it? All right.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? What does
Where are
it
you?
mean? That's what we think. That's what we think. We think she's saying, Romeo, Romeo, where are you, Romeo? Right? But in the play, when she says this, she's talking to him. She knows where he is. Because wherefore was why. So she's asking, Romeo, Romeo, why are you Romeo? Why are you the son of the enemy of my family? She's not asking, where are you? She's saying, why did you have to be Romeo? Why did you have to belong to that family? Why are our families enemies? So this is one of those things that right away people think something about Romeo and Juliet. We think we know because of one scene that we've heard. And we're going to dig in deeper and actually look at what's going on there, okay? So you might not think that Shakespeare's better than Hemingway, but I guarantee it will be, I guarantee, all right? And the last novel that we'll be looking at is then Animal Farm. And I guarantee you will read Animal Farm and you will say, this sounds a lot like what's happening here. Oh, yeah. So I think you're going to relate Animal Farm to what's happening nowadays, even more than what you're relating to Thoreau's essay. All right. It was written in times of the Russian Revolution. If any of you have any idea of the Russian Revolution, basically the same kind of thing that was happening in France, right? People said, nope, too much. We want something different. And they killed the Tsar and his family. Right? Why did the Russian Revolution come about? Right away, the Tsar was killed. What happened? Right? Lenin comes in and Lenin says, I've got a plan. This is the revolution. We've got to help the working man. He had good ideas, good things. Then Stalin comes in and goes, Lenin, you're dead. All right. And then Stalin takes over. And if you know anything about Russia, you probably have heard about Stalin and his terrible, terrible reign. So Russia thought that they were doing a good thing, getting rid of the Tsar, getting rid of Lenin, that everyone would be better. It just made it worse. It just made it worse. All right. But the same thing can happen to Mexico and has happened to Mexico. All right. And then we'll go into poetry, limericks, epitaphs, haikus, epics. I forget what the other ones are. Anyway, poetry. All right. And that'll be that. Any questions? You're saying, where do I start? Oh, there's Marco coming back in. Any questions? Not yet. No? Okay. I'll let you absorb all of that for right now. Is this a terrible time to take class? No? No? You're not like tired and hungry and no? The good thing is you're in your house, you know what I mean? So if you wanted to sleep before class, you took a nap, you come to class, no big problem. I think that's definitely a good thing. Who's going to eat after class? What are you eating?
I don't know. I don't know because I can eat like a lot of things that I liked because I recently got braces.
Uh,
So it's kind of complicated for me to eat some hard stuff.
yeah,
So,
like a semita or an apple.
yeah, and I love semitas like a lot.
I
I love
spent
semitas
3 years of my life in braces. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But you forget about it later on. Look, you get a beautiful smile out of it, and
yeah.
you forget
Yeah.
about it afterwards. Okay.
Beauty
What
is
else?
expensive.
What else are you eating? What else are you eating? Who's eating what? No ideas yet?
Well, I don't know.
You don't
Yeah.
know? They haven't told you what you're eating?
I can smell that my mom is cooking right now,
Oh.
but I can't tell what is it.
Okay. So you're sitting here going, oh, that smells really good.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I would say, tell me what you're eating so you give me ideas, but my food is ready. I am ready. I'm actually going to take some to my mother-in-law after we eat here. But my mother-in-law doesn't understand that we don't go near her, we don't hug her and kiss her, not because we're afraid she'll give us something, because we're afraid we might give her something. I mean, she's 80 years old. She's diabetic. She's got high blood pressure. If we give her something, I don't think she would make it.
Oh,
Yeah. But she gets really angry when we go, and she's like, come in, have something. And we're like, no, 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 we all have our face masks on. No, 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 look, we buy them like things from the grocery store so they don't have to leave. And we're like, okay, here they are. After we leave, wait a little bit of time, then put them away, kind of things. So she gets upset because she thinks the girl who lives, well, the family who lives across the street for them is my children's godparents. And their godfather passed away, I think like 2 months ago from this. But his daughter and my sister-in-law are good friends. So they were constantly, and I was just like, please tell your sister to stop doing that. Because if she gets something, and about 3 weeks after my sister-in-law stopped, letting her in the house and things, my compadre came down with the coronavirus, and it looked like he was going to be okay, and then suddenly he passed away. So I said, so like my mother-in-law thinks that we think that she's going to give us something because they live so close there. I'm like, no, 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 no. So we'll see how that goes. I hate making her angry. All right, no questions?
yeah, I have one. I got in Blackboard.
Yeah.
And I saw the pet baby. How do you say that? Pet baby. About hold on, let me check.
I don't know what it is that you're looking at.
It's something in Blackboard. It's about something like to write an essay. But where do we have to put the essay in the group of Facebook or in
No. Right there, underneath the indications. There's a space there. You put the cursor and you write.
All right.
All right. If any of you are like maybe working on it in your house and using a cafe internet, if you want to use less time, you can, do it somewhere else and then just copy it and paste it there. But there's a space right there for it. You can also attach a Word document there if you want. But right there in Blackboard, right where the assignment is, okay, you can do it. Now, be careful. I know you're excited to do homework, right?
Yeah.
Let me open up here to kind of show you. Blackboard course sites and boom. Maybe today. Sign in. Okay. It would be good for you to, start making notes for your essay about ideas that you have, but make sure that now the date, I put a date on there, due date. Let me check to see what it is. That's not necessarily the date that will be kept. Okay. I had to put a date there, and I don't even remember what date I put.
So that's not the deadline.
It may not be. It may not be that date. Okay.
I think it's
Here it is.
September 7th.
Right, something like that. But the assignment itself will be due after we finish the essays. Okay. You'll probably still have like a week after that. Yeah, September 7th, exactly. And, okay. Oh, I think mine is different, but let me show you here. Show this. Okay. When you open up Blackboard, it looks something like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you, as students, right here in this space, will have a space where you can put your cursor and start writing. Mine doesn't show up because I'm the one that created the assignment. All right. But you should see a space right here under the assignment. Is there a space there?
Yeah, it's something that we can attach, like a document.
Uh-huh. All right. You can attach a document or you can write it right there. And then when you're finished or you've attached it, then you send the assignment.
Yeah,
And I have a question. Yeah, I have a question.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Stop sharing. Marco, let me see what you're showing me. Do you have additional content? Add comments. Okay. Before this, what do you have before this screen? Go back one. That's the assignment.
This little bar.
Yeah, it says use, what is it? Use the editor to format your answer. Right there, I think you can write the answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can either write it right there or you can attach a Word document. Okay, but you're going to send it right there through Blackbook or Blackbook. That's my combination of Blackboard and Facebook. Okay, yeah, right there on Blackboard. All right, who was going to say something else?
Me.
Yeah.
Approximately, what's going to be the deadline, the date, for example?
Approximately November 7th. Okay, approximately.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We should be able to finish the essays right now, the last 2 weeks of August and the first week of September. I may give you another week. Let me see how we start going. Let's leave it on the 7th so you have that idea. But we may give a little more time because I like to finish the content and then give like a week for you to work on it. All right, Marco. Yeah.
Teacher, I see that in the instructions there is a part that says Now I want you to think of one of your pet peeves or
Mhm.
something that you feel very strongly about, something
Mhm.
that is really important to you. So we have to choose like the topic,
Yes.
but
Yes.
well, how do I explain this? Like the pet peeve is something that makes you crazy, like makes you mad, right? But something that is really important to you, that can be like another option.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it.
Something you feel very strongly about, something that is important to you, government, society, media, coronavirus, color
Well,
combinations in clothes. Yeah. Something that,
okay,
all right. The Umbrella
okay.
Academy. I'm just kidding. Can't write an essay about that.
Oh,
But what you're going to see as we look at the essays, we're going to specifically look, we're going to start with this next class, specifically look at the differences between an academic essay, which is what you're accustomed to writing, and a literary essay. Because your essay is going to be a literary essay, not an academic essay. Okay, so we're going to look at the differences between them. And then as we read Thoreau and Emerson and Clemens, we'll be able to see and get examples about how to use the techniques for a literary essay to write for the assignment. All right. Once we start seeing the differences and seeing the examples, I think you'll have a better idea of what you want to do with your essay. All right.
okay.
You also have, I think I gave you the option to of a video essay. Yeah. Okay. Now, have you ever seen the video Wear Sunscreen?
No.
No, I think it's called Wear Sunscreen. When you have a chance today or tomorrow, sunscreen, look on YouTube. Wear sunscreen. Okay. Everybody's free to wear sunscreen. Okay. And basically it's like a video of advice, advice that you would give someone who is just starting to live and you're finishing it. I want from you more than just advice, but the format of the video or the way the video is presented might give you a good idea of what you would want to do for a video essay if that's what you decide. Okay. Now the difference, you say a video essay is easier, not so much because you have the editing and then you have to do the narration and the voice, and you have to focus on volume and attitude of the voice and pronunciation, obviously. So it's a little more complicated in many aspects than a written essay. But whichever you decide, that's what you're free to do.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be getting more of an idea as we look at the material. But yeah, make sure you write down ideas as you get them, because later on you'll say, "Oh, I thought of something, but now I don't remember it." Yeah, you do that too. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay. Are we going to have a great time?
Yep.
I hope so. Yes, I hope so. Okay. I'm glad to see those of you that are back. I'm glad to see those of you that are new. I'm just really glad to be here after all of this. So, and I really like this virtual thing. So let's take advantage of it and have fun. All right.
Okay.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you finish this right now? What are you going to do? Eat? Go to the bathroom?
I hope eat.
Hopefully. You said, I've been smelling that for too long. I got it now.
Taking my English class.
Oh, you have English class after
Yeah.
after this. Who do you have English with?
Thomas.
Thomas. Oh, that's right. You said you had Thomas.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's nice.
Good. Why didn't you take Target Language 5 with me?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
like,
no, no.
I don't know.
I understand. I understand. Great for
No,
literature,
I mean,
but Target Language.
I wanted to, but you know, I wanted to take literature too with you instead.
Right.
It's way more
So
fun.
you divide, right? Divide.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of each. That's a good way to do it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, everyone, enjoy your afternoon. Get
Thank
some
you.
rest. Get some food.
Thank you.
And
you.
I will
Thank
see
you.
you now. Oh, yes. I'll see you on Thursday. I have a doctor's, some tests I have to do, but it's early at 7 o'clock in the morning. So yes, I'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Have a
Okay.
good afternoon. I'll see you on
Okay.
Thursday then
Yeah.
to start looking at the differences between the essays and start looking at Thoreau. Okay.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay, teacher.
See you,
Thanks,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye.
Hi, teacher.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
nice day.
Bye bye. You too. Thanks.
Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Mm.